like.
Hey everyone, October 11th here, 2018. It is National Coming Out Day, so I wanted to say welcome to all my brothers and sisters and non-binary folks that are joining the family, so to speak. The thing about this day, though, is that we really shouldn't need a coming out day, but we do have one, so I'm going to talk a little bit about it, not too long, because I don't want to make a long-winded, boring video that no one wants to watch. So I just want to say that this is a day of celebration of what I like to see as being you. So this is your day to come out however it is you are. If that is straight, well, that's great. If you're gay, that's great too. And if you're non-binary, that's great too. And if you have no idea what you are and just want to come out as human, that's even great too. Or if you're an alien, hey, I like those too. Or if, you're a mystical creature that's secretly hiding in a male body or a female body, and you're a unicorn, that's cool too, whatever it is. And I'm not trying to make light of the holiday, but it is a chance for people to be supportive of self-expression and being who you are and to be honored by that. And I want to make sure that people know that however you are and whoever you are, I accept you. And I look forward to all the great messages that people are going to be posting about their coming out and various stories that will come out. I've already done a story about me coming out because I've already came out. So if you didn't see that video, there'll be a link below. You can click on it and follow the playlist, whatever. But in case you missed that, pansexual here, by the way. I came out in May. So may all those coming out know love in all its myriad formats. And I couldn't think of any better way to celebrate that than to toast with a homemade crafted beer by yours truly. So, ooh, that really is a good beer too. That's a clone of Ommegang, which you've ever had that beer. Super good. Anyway, but it is interesting. So before I end the video, I just thought it might be a good time maybe for an update too, because, part of coming out is there's that first step of coming out. And of course, coming out's a process. It's not something that just happens like, one time and boom, there you are. I mean, it happens a lot. I mean, it happens every day, every time you meet somebody. And so I came out in May. So I guess it's 4 months ago, maybe? Yeah, I think I do my math right. So that's a pretty good time, and I've had some interesting things happen. And the funny thing is that when I went to come out, I really only vaguely thought, I thought about the consequences, of course. I mean, I had some concerns of some things that might happen, but I knew deep down inside that, that I can only be me. So ultimately, and that's the only thing anyone can ever really do. So I decided that I was going to be me, and my world was awesome. And being me for real would be even more awesome. So I saw that I had nothing really to lose. But I didn't necessarily think about the process that might happen afterwards, like where things might go or what might develop, And so this is kind of an update video because all my other videos were like, hey, I'm coming out, here's my story, here's kind of how it happened. But I haven't really talked about like the aftermath or any of that kind of stuff. So and I'm just going to, I'm going to kind of put the ending first and then maybe some bits. But the truth is that it has been nothing but amazing. I mean, I have a sense of, I felt great before, of course, but I felt even better. I mean, I feel more connected with people, and every relationship that I have has just become more deeper and more meaningful in so many ways. I mean, even straight relationships and people. I mean, it's like people, it's just like and I just think it really comes down to because I am finally able to start sort of being myself in a complete sort of way. The universe is just responding to that and giving me more completeness back from other people, because it's not until you really, throw out your own vulnerability that you can really experience that sort of vulnerability from other people. And that's what real relationships are about. They're about being willing to be there in a truth. And that includes both you and the other person you might be looking at. So since I came out, I've actually been dating people. I've got 2 regular people that I see. Hi, everybody. You know who you are. And that's been fantastic. It's kind of funny. I joked with one of them the other day that I finally am going through gay puberty or gay adolescence, because it's kind of like I really do feel in a way. It's like, before you go to adolescence, there's all this fear and trepidation about like, what's it going to be like? And, where am I going to do? How my body's going to change? And then of course, once you get into it, it just becomes this sort of you know, ongoing development of experiences and learning new things about yourself. And in a way, that's exactly what's kind of been happening since I came out in May, is I've just had a chance to finally start exploring. And there's interesting things that in my brain I've always thought maybe I wanted to know about, or try, but I was maybe even concerned about doing it because I didn't necessarily have the comfortable with myself. It wasn't that I was afraid of the experience per se, but I didn't necessarily know how to have that experience. And so since coming out, I've discovered a lot of things that I'm interested into, and I don't just mean like, intimacy things. I mean just personal things, emotional things, connections with people, like what am I comfortable with doing? What do I like, And it's funny, I never really thought of myself as an inhibited person. And I really wasn't, ironically enough. But now I'm even less inhibited, which is even more interesting. So anyway, but and it's interesting too because it's not just like, oh geez, here I like this and now I can date people and not have to hide it or anything. I mean, that's just one very small sort of platform about coming out after you come out. I mean, you get to avoid that, but it's even different than that because it's like, I'll give you an example. This is actually pretty funny. So I go to this event that happens pretty much every year. It's a big, huge gathering of people that practice a particular thing that I'm involved in. So it's kind of like a mini convention of sorts, basically. It's the best way to say it. So anyway, so we're at this convention, and, I've been going to these sorts of things for, 20 years. I mean, this is not a new thing. And and there's conversations and people are usually asking about what you're doing and how things are going, and usual catch up things, because some people I don't see very often and some people I see a lot. So the people I don't see very often, they take a moment to check up on me, so to speak. And it was really funny because no one's ever asked about my social life ever. Like in like 18 years, no one's ever asked like that kind of question. They might ask like, "What am I doing?" But that was always like, what your hobbies are, or like, how's your business going? And it's always been very, I don't want to use the word professional, but it's all been very, like right here. And of course, obviously, most of the people know me on Facebook, so they can obviously kind of know what's going on if they wanted to, catch up on that way. But this last event, it was really interesting. I had at least 4 or 5 different encounters with people that I've seen not too long ago, and they're talking about like, what am I wearing, which I wear the same stuff all the time, so it's kind of interesting. And one of them was even like, genuinely interested in like, so how's your love life, how's your social life, oh, got a boyfriend, got a girlfriend, and really asking about that. And it was really kind of surrealistic, not because I had problems talking about it, because I didn't, but it was just kind of like, whoa, wait a second, because old me would have thought that maybe somebody might not want to know about, oh, I'm dating some guy or whatever. But no, that was not it at all. It was like, just like I was like one of the guys, how's your girlfriend, or whatever, it was just like fit me right in there. And it was really, it was really funny is I didn't have a good answer, because most of the time when people ask me questions, I kind of have an idea of where I want to go with answers, just because I'm just kind of one of those people that, so I had never even occurred to me. Like, it was so like, it was kind of like, oh crap, wait a second. That's an interesting question. But it was just very interesting. And it's like very, kind of took me for a surprise a bit. So yeah, it's been great. And, and if you're someone who's on the fence about, whether you want to come out or not, obviously, you need to make sure you do that in your own way and in your own terms, but you also make sure you have a safe environment. I mean, I'm a 48-year-old man. So, and I work for myself and I have my own business. So, the risk to me, and I have family that love me, of course, I knew that already. So, I didn't really have a lot of major, I'm not going to get kicked out of my house. I'm not going to, have my entire school hate me or whatever. And I recognize that for some people that might not be true. And there's no sense in, putting yourself into a dangerous situation or whatever if that's going to be a problem. But I actually think that, the world's changed a lot since I was in that position myself many years ago, like when I was a kid in high school or whatever. So I think that the world has a lot more opportunity for people to be themselves. And the beautiful thing about that is that people can be true and they can be supported. I think there's a lot of resources available today. So anyway, so it's been nothing but roses for me, really. I mean, I'm not going to say, every single thing has been interesting. I mean, I've had my fair share of, interesting challenges that I've never had to deal with, like, because I'm dating people, and sometimes that means, dealing with the relationship stuff that goes along with dating people. And so that's been interesting. And it's kind of funny because I have, in many ways, have absolutely no idea how that stuff even works, because I've just never really been into it. So it's kind of changing my rules a little bit. Well, I guess really a pretty pretty good summary, really. I mean, if anybody has any specific questions, like you can ask me about it, but basically that's kind of what, things are great. I mean, I'm just developing and I'm sort of learning. And basically the best way to describe it is I'm embodying the new me. And it's just like, and every day I wake up and it's kind of a new thing of like, ooh, I didn't know I had this, or wow, I can do this, or I'm interested in that, or where do I go find this? And that's actually been the more challenging part is being interested in certain things and not necessarily knowing, kind of where the best way to go and explore that would be. But luckily, the internet is good, Facebook and all kinds of stuff going on there. And anyway, that's really all I had. So if you like the video, like the video. Um, Subscribe if you want to see more videos. I post a variety of different videos. Not all of them are LGBTQ. Some of them are spiritual stuff that I do, and or work videos, so things like that. And if you want to like really know when videos come out, click the little bell button, and it'll basically notify you when videos come out, and then you'll be like the first one to see it. As I said, any other questions, comment below. And thanks for watching. I appreciate your time. And happy coming out day, everybody.